Oh, yeah.
Photo booth? Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Party Trick Astrology.
I'm Nina.
We don't do that. I'm Shaina, but okay. No. So this is Madlyn's live DRAAG Me reading. A DRAAG Me is a service that we provide.
On our website, partytrickastrology.com/shop, where you can get dragged. It's so funny to explain to people that this is people who are just like, what do you do? Like, what's your astrology thing about? And we're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then, what are your ratings? I'm like, well, yeah, our most popular one is when we just look.
I actually had to explain that to some rando the other day.
I explain it all the time, and people are like, I'm like, yeah, there's a market for everything.
Literally was hanging out with somebody and we've had like lots of long conversations, blah, 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 and I've talked about astrology so much around them. And then my roommate brought up my channel and they were like, you have a channel? And I was like, oh yeah, I haven't told you this, but I have an 11th house interception, so I'm not probably going to talk about it. Anyways, my hair, oh, Nina's hair. Yes, her hair is short.
Oh yeah, that's old news. I guess we haven't been on here for a while.
It looks so good, right? No, I like it. Is it still a little short for you?
I like it better curled because it does do, you know how it is.
Yes.
We both do.
Yes, I know the face. We both have the hair.
Is this Madlyn?
The outfits aren't coordinated today. I know.
Yeah. Shaina didn't tap into
the
my psychic vibrations. Also, by looking at us, you're like, what's the weather outside?
Honestly, I feel like it's in between us.
It is.
Like if you found like it's like, oh, it's almost like it's spring or something.
What are those? A season other than like winter, summer, and kind of cold.
But okay, once Madlyn's in here, just let us know. And
I mean, this person is named Madlyn, so it's not you.
Oh, maybe. Or
please
it could be.
Speak up.
You thought. I did.
Or you?
Yes, it is me. Oh, cool!
Yay!
So let's start. Okay, it's 2:30. Just
no.
Okay, so let's see here. You have a 4th house Capricorn sun. So to me, I think of like daddy issues, but in the sense of you really need attention from males because your dad gave you a lot of attention, but it was that like will only give you attention through when you're productive and when you're doing things. So you really like getting that praise from when you're doing things at home and stuff.
It could be also the other way around where your dad didn't give you attention, so you have to work really hard just to get it. So then you do it like for male attention.
Yeah, I just figured he did because it's not intercepted and it is well aspected. So I feel like he gave you a lot of attention. I don't know, but maybe not. Your Saturn is retrograde in any house, so maybe I'm wrong here.
Let us know. What's your daddy issues diagnosis?
Spin the wheel. Okay. 4th house suns. Also, I kind of said this in like one of the 4th house videos, but
we only had one of those.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, well, I guess in one of the 4th house segments. But like 4th house suns will do that thing of like. If they don't get attention in like outside of their house, like if they're at school, if they're at work, etc., they're not getting attention because they want a lot of attention because they probably were seen a lot or want a lot of attention in the home. When they don't, they won't like do anything to try to get attention. Like they won't be like, oh, maybe I'll say something funny or be unique. And they'll just like sit in the back and stew and get angry that nobody's like looking at them, and then go home and be like, Mom, Dad. Like, my teachers, like, only pay attention to Kelly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm just sitting in the back being quiet and nobody's paying attention to me. I wonder why.
Because I'm thinking about 4th house suns that we know, and I'm like, they're not really, like, attention kind of seekers. And then I'm like, but we know them from performing arts. So I don't, like, see 4th house suns as, like, attention-seeking type of people. But then they show up at the fucking American
Academy. And I didn't know that about 4th house suns until, and the only reason why I know this is because I have a neighbor that has a 4th house sun, and I was talking to her sister, and she was, like, kind of telling me about her sister, and I was like, That's her 4th house. I'm like, I've never thought about that, but that is 100% what she's telling me. And I see her do that. So I was like, yep, that's putting that in my arsenal.
Yeah.
But yeah. Because like, you don't see it. Like, you're not going to notice it because other people are so, like, the 4th house sign is going to be so quiet about it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And that's just going to enforce them just fading into the background even more.
Which they're not happy about.
No.
Do
Do you want to go on to the moon?
The moon in the 6th house in Pisces?
Yeah, it's on that, like, it's on quite the cusp. It's in the 6th
Quite
house.
the cusp.
But you probably feel a little bit at 7th house plus because you have a Pisces moon in general.
Is it conjunct her descendant?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's right. Like, you can see.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So, when it's conjunct, especially an angular house thing, then it's like 2 for 1.
2 for 1 problems. Yay!
Especially when it's on the cusp of the 6th and the 7th.
Yeah, that's like the worst.
Yeah.
Nah, bitch, nah.
Not only are you really sensitive to your problems, you're also really sensitive to others.
You literally have both a meaning. It's like shitty moon placement.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's the worst. It's not the worst moon placement. They're good people. It's just like annoying to deal with.
I want to know where on the hypochondriac scale you fall on. Because, like, I'm a Sagittarius moon in the 6th house. So I always thought, like, man, I'm kind of like a little bit of a hypochondriac. But I'm also like, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
I know.
So you're kind of both. Like, a lot of times I'm like, okay, that's not though.
And then I know someone who is a Gemini moon in the 6th house. It's like, I'm having an aneurysm right now. I'm dying. And I'm like, cool, calm down. Everything's fine. Like, no, these are all the possibilities, everything that's going wrong. So I feel like with Pisces moon in the 6th house, you're more on my end of the spectrum of like, so, I saw some bed bugs in my bed and like, I got some bites, but I think they're just mosquitoes.
Yeah, I'm sure like they'll do their thing. We'll live in harmony. It'll be fine.
But I'm really itchy.
But I'm really itchy. Somebody was asking, yeah, you get them from our website. Thank you, Maricel.
I waited 3 hours to go to the emergency room with kidney stones.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
because you're gonna escape for your problem for as long as possible.
I feel like this probably also is because like when you were sick, your mom was like, just eat something.
Yeah. Just sleep it out.
Just drink some milk.
Pisces, just sleep it out.
Yeah, like no,
just chill.
Come on, it's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna take you to the emergency room.
Yeah,
that's 100% where my thing comes from. Because my mom's a Sagittarius in the 12th house.
Yeah.
So it was like, we can go into surgery tomorrow.
Nothing
not
big
today.
Is gonna happen right now. It's fine.
Yes, nurse mom with Virgo moon.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, you probably are also because you also have Aquarius ruling that house. So I feel like you're not only like trying to escape from your health issues or just your daily problems, but you're also very detached from them. So you're in just the ultimate denial of like you're not even going to like confront it enough to deny it. You're just like not even gonna let it enter.
But it's probably like really chaotic. Like it's so like crazy that you're just like I need to zen out because if I give in to how fucking crazy it is, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, that's true. Also, like Capricorns are gonna be like, I'm fine. Always like the ultimate, like what that dog meme with the firehouse. You know.
I knew a Capricorn with his moon in the 6th house, and this was back when I was like only a couple years into doing astrology. And the first thing that I said was like, "So, do you get like a lot of stomach aches?" And he was so pissed off that I said that. He was like,
"Oh my god."
So that's what it made me think of. Like, do you get a lot of stomach aches? And would you be like really mad if I brought it up?
That's funny. I don't know. What if he's like, I am perfect? What? How do you know my weakness? Yeah. My tummy hurts.
Don't talk to me about my tummy.
Let's see here. Virgo rising is your girl. I noticed a lot of Virgo risings, at least that I've been seeing recently, have been like the cunty kind. You know what I mean? Have been that like I had a wardrobe girl that was such a just posh Virgo rising. I don't know if you are this one or not, but if you're not, then I'll go on to the nerdy one. But I'm gonna drag the posh one because it's just like they always think whatever facts they have. I mean, any Virgo risings, whatever facts they have are the correct facts, and it's a lot of times they can have a little bit of that Gemini in them too, because it's also ruled by Mercury, of just like knowing that one sentence, you know, yes. And like their sentence will sound won't be as like, did you know? You know, their sentence will be like, well, nuts cause inflammation because of X, Y, and Z, and so I am completely staying away from nuts because of that. And you're like, they do, but also like, how do you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Also, I feel like these are the kinds of people with like longer faces. Like those are the Virgo rising cunty ones. They have like longer bodies almost, because they're almost like like they're always looking at you from like a downward glasses angle. And like I had this wardrobe lady, wait, what'd you say? I don't know if she said anything. Okay, I was wondering. Oh yeah, and she had to like dress me to be like a angsty teen classic, right? And she was just like, this is a ridiculous outfit. And I was like, yes, it is, because you don't know what you're doing because you only know how to dress like moms. Like she was like killing the mom. Like she was like, I have 20,000 mom ideas. Like this is too, like, let's do this. I love dressing that mom. And I was like, why am I wearing 3 different tops all together and none of them?
That'd get crazy.
Yeah, just like
so kooky and angsty.
Like, ooh. Yeah, and I'm like, you've never had an angsty bone in your body.
But you say that you're the nerdy one.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she's a nerdy.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was looking for that early because I was like, I hope I'm not going on about this or not. Sorry.
It's hard to drag the like nerdy one because it's just like,
yeah, you're already trying everything. You're a nerd. Like ultimate, like you're the geek in Freaks and Geeks. Yeah, and with Virgo rising, Pisces moon, these tend to be very awkward people. I actually know, I think 2 people with this. Yeah, 2 people. And they're so jittery because they're so sensitive to their environment that it's almost like they're constantly, like I meant one, and like almost like constant, like physical shaking almost because of like, it just like the environment and the people, you're so hypersensitive because you need everything, because not only are you sensitive to like the emotional side, but like the physical side too. So it just makes you like this nervous, awkward wreck. And also you're Capricorn, so you probably sweat a lot.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, Capricorns are sweaty.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Because we work so hard. We're not gonna be like, oh no, I don't want to sweat. I don't want to work hard. We're gonna be like, well, you're gonna work hard. You're gonna sweat.
It's so funny.
Yeah, like we're not like, do I look good? No, that's Libra.
I want to do some like serious like research on like people with hypo, whatever it's called when you excessive sweating.
Oh my god, I actually know this girl on YouTube who's a Capricorn moon, and she has that.
Steve Carell has that. What is he?
Oh, he's all 6th house. He is a Sagittarius rising, Virgo midheaven, Taurus sun in the 6th house, and Gemini moon. Wait, who'd you say?
Steve Carell.
Oh, I thought you said Stephen Colbert.
No. Just so you know, that's not Steve Carell's chart.
That's Stephen Colbert. I'm so sorry.
I think Nicole Brenny said that she had this too, and she's a Saturn curve.
I'm really glad I called myself out on that I double checked for the right name.
That never happens. You're always like, ugh, and I'm like, ugh. You're like, that's what I said.
Well, that's what I thought. I should say that's what I thought.
That's what I thought I said. That's what I meant to say.
Why doesn't everyone want to study my study group? It's so interesting. No. Yes, I don't know why cursed by Saturn. Yeah.
The nerdy kind of Virgo rising is just so wholesome.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's hard to drag.
But also, like, they can be so annoying in the sense that, like, you'll take on so much responsibility and then complain about it. But you were the one that designated it to yourself in the first place. But it's awesome. Congrats for doing all the group projects. But also manically doing them because you have a Pisces moon. So your day-to-day is always a mess. Like, you have so many responsibilities, but you're constantly, like, on the inside. But you're like, gotta be
You just said, at least I have some Sag, which is a great segue into your debilitated Mercury.
Okay. Yeah, so, fuck.
Do you have anything that you feel inclined to just complain about Mercury and Sagittarius since you live with them?
I don't know, because honestly, I do really like this placement, but I see mostly how hard it is for the person because of how in a weird way it's very short-sighted, but it's short-sighted because they do this. This is my big idea. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this big idea, and then you go, okay, well, you have to kind of like start small, and then they go, oh, I can't start small, and then they'll throw it away.
Yeah, because Mercury is ruled by like Gemini and Virgo, which is like it rules, sorry. So Mercury is all about like the little things, the A to B, the like transportation, the bus ride. And then Sagittarius is like, I'm gonna go to Antarctica, but all I have is this bus. That's what it is.
Well, can't get there by bus, guess I'll go to Jack in the Box. And like that's what winds up happening with a lot. And I think that happens with you a lot because your Gemini midheaven is opposite your Mercury. So I feel like that's like something you get stuck in.
But the funny thing is that Mercury in Sagittarius is like, I am the most of everything, right? And I think like in humor, like that's what fire sign Mercuries are. In like in humor, they're different kinds of bad humor. Mercury in Sagittarius, though, likes to think that they are like the funniest because it's big.
Yeah, and
it's like, I am the funniest.
If I say my
I have the best humor. And I was on the plane watching an episode of Friends, and I was like, I can't wait to tell Dan this because he is legitimately Chandler.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He would hate here. Like a Mercury Sagittarius
he
would
hate here.
Like you guys don't want to be the Chandlers because you're like, my humor is so much more sophisticated than six white people lounging around complaining, aka that show you call Friends. But like you guys are Chandlers.
No, you're right.
Because you can't help but like nothing can be
blurs too.
Exactly. It's like every opportunity to speak is an opportunity to be the funniest person in the room, right?
Yeah. And so to get a laugh about your misery, probably.
Yes.
Especially with the Capricorn.
So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna order some pizza. What do you want on it? I'm a Mercury Sagittarius. I'm gonna throw in a cute, funny joke. I'm gonna be like, human flesh! Ha! I'm like, ha, that's so funny. Olives?
Can we get to the point?
Yeah. Oh, no olives for me, thanks, but I want some testicles. That is hilarious.
Everything on Mercury Sagittarius should be followed with a
That is so funny. Mercury Capricorn over here. What do you want to repeat? I don't know. Maybe some. You bigger. Okay. No, seriously. What do you? Oh no, I'm good. I don't want any pizza. That's like what's so because it's like it's so scattered energy that like to me, Mercury and Capricorn, I'm like, can we get to the point? Can we just here's B. Let's go. And Mercury and Sagittarius was like, I'm so funny.
I totally get what you're saying. What's funny is because my Mercury's at such a low degree minus conjunct his, so I totally get the scattered energy, so I can like see through it and like weave through it. And I'm like, if I just wait this out, it'll get to the point and I'll get some laughs in the process. I don't know. But that's so funny because I do. That is, very much and they can go like they can take such a small topic and just like go off for so long about it, and then everything you have this issue where everything, like if it's this small thing or something that like went wrong, or you got like something with your intellect, like maybe somebody made you feel bad or like something happened because of what you said or you'll take this like small little thing that happened and go and like zoom out on it and be like, oh, and like get so upset over like such a big thing when it's like, because everything Mercury Sagittarius just expands and like literally kind of does like this zoom out where like you'll be at this moment and then it'll zoom out to the entire world and all of humanity and everything. It makes such a big deal.
And you're asking if conjunct Pluto, it changes it at all. And I think that's especially conjunct Pluto. You're like, not only am I going to take it in and expand, but I'm going to get until the deepest
you go down and out
in there. And then I'm going to expand from the seed and fucking, you know.
Yeah. No, you go like, you zoom out and you go zoom deep.
Yeah.
Like, so like anything like that said is not just something that's being said. There's always like, it's something bigger, it's something deeper, it's something darker there. And like everything you say is so personal because it's that fourth house. You know, you're speaking from the heart every time, that like everything people say, you take so seriously.
I bet you're like really into like, for example, like body language reading, anything that's like very like, analyzing.
Oh, yes. Over analyzing.
But then your Mercury and Sagittarius, like Mercury conjunct Pluto, that thrives in it. But then Mercury and Sagittarius isn't necessarily the best vehicle.
Yeah.
No. So you're like, oh, he scratched his nose. I know. I observed that very well because of my Mercury conjunct Pluto. And now I'm going to blow it completely out of proportion.
That was a signal.
Like, so this means that. Thank you so much, Undercover Lesbian, for the 99 Canadian cents.
Thank you. That's very appreciated. We're glad you're enjoying it. Sorry, my nose is being weird. Okay. Anyways, what else do we? Oh no, where'd it go? 1 second. I'm on an insurance page. I don't know.
You probably clicked it out.
Yeah. Okay, we haven't touched your Mercury or your Venus. Sorry. Your Venus is in Capricorn.
In the 5th house.
In the 5th house, and I don't know how I feel about Venus and Capricorns because I have two feelings. One is like, yes, be a boss ass bitch, get money. These people are so awesome, but also like, cold people, shallow. They're almost too much about getting money to the point that they don't care what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, not every Venus and Capricorn. Like, the Venus and Capricorns I love are those, like, boss-ass bitches that are doing what they love and earning money through it. The Venus and Capricorns I don't like are the ones that fall into the trap of what makes me money, what makes me the most money. They can get so greedy, and they can really just be like, I'm not going to be with somebody if they're not wealthy, if they're not in a comfortable financial position, and be really judgmental based off of the financial positions people are in.
A couple Venus and Capricorns come to mind, and I think of like relationships that they've been in or are in, and I just want to like look at their partner and be like, she doesn't love you.
Yeah, they don't. They really want you as an accessory to like as a power couple. They really just want like a co-star. They don't.
They want it for the image.
Yeah, for the image, and especially like I feel like with your 5th house Venus, you want almost. You're really obsessed with them liking you. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this can make you really, and because we're dragging, like obsessed about people admiring your beauty. So you're obsessed with somebody who admires your beauty and you look like a power couple with.
Exactly.
So you're really just obsessed with that handbag. Like as in like a handbag could do the same thing as like a boy could for you if you're, I don't know if you're into it, like whatever you're into.
5th house Venus Neptune is a bit weird.
I think I'm a bit more of a romantic though with genuine stuff. Well, that's good.
That's something that you'd hear from us if we were
Do you have a Kleenex anymore?
Yeah, just use some toilet paper. Thank you. Thank you so much, Undercover Lesbian Part 2 for now $2.79 Canadian cents. Bonnie Beats from and you're telling us your Instagram. Or Bounty Beats. I recognize that. Maybe you like our pictures or something.
Sorry. Sorry. I thought I'd fit.
Right. What were we talking about?
Oh, thank you, by the way, as well.
Yes.
We're talking about Venus in the 5th house.
Right. I mean, there's obviously like anytime that if you want to drag something negatively for being in the 5th house, it's just like selfish and shallow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Attention for the sake of attention. And like, you probably will be somebody who feels the like, maybe because it's in Capricorn, you feel this obligation to be like the together bitch. You know what I mean? Like you want to get compliments based off your beauty of how put together and like work ready you look. Like you probably have always been into like dressing for the office, you know, and like, you know, like stuff like that. I had a friend with like Venus with 5th house in Capricorn energy and growing up. And as a kid, she was always say about how excited she was to get older so that she could like dress like her mom does, like work clothes and like shop at like New York and Company or something.
You say, oh my Lord, yeah, but I'm always a mess. What I'm thinking is
Pisces
happening
moon.
with that Virgo rising, Pisces moon, and then this like 5th house Capricorn Venus energy, I feel like you have this sort of intellectual but troubled artistic writer. You know, like you've got the glasses and like the smock looking shirt,
or that's
and
like
you're
goal.
like, yeah, but like disheveled, professional.
Yes, that like okay. There's this hairstyle person that is called like Anne Cotran or something. I don't know. I heard of him from a girl that is like very much this aesthetic, and it costs like $300 for a haircut. Like it's crazy, and it's just supposed to look like bedhead hair, and like that's your aesthetic. It's like spending $300 for bedhead hair.
Yes, I remember that being a thing. People being like, tonsil. I'm like, literally, I'm a Cancer rising. I don't need to try to like have my hair look messy. Thank you. Or when people would like pull apart their braids, and I'm like, my hair is so thick. And like what? No, it's a side note
though. Mars and Libra. Is your Mars intercepted? Yes.
Yeah.
No.
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 Wait.
It is not. Because you have 3rd house.
Oh, Scorpio. Okay, there you go. Well, you have a Mars in Libra, and that's a lame position. Something that I would like to drag about Mars and Libra is that you care more of if like and this sounds like okay, but also like it's not, and it's like really annoying, is that you care more about like if the other person is like, okay, let's say you hook up with somebody, okay? You're going to be thinking more like, and if it was like you hated it maybe, or even if you liked it, but especially if you hated it, you're going to be like, that sucked. Like, but you're not going to be like, fuck that guy or fuck that girl or fuck that person. They made sex bad. You're just going to, but you're going to think that like they're also going to not like it either. And that's going to make you more upset.
That's 100% true. Like, I have funny stories.
Like, you're okay with not liking it, but the other person it's gonna have like the bad thought, and you're like, no.
I'll tell like funny stories of like, oh my god, this experience was terrible. It was like, and I'm like laughing on the outside, and on the inside, I'm like, they think that I'm terrible.
That's so embarrassing.
Like, oh no, I failed.
I need to redeem myself.
No, I'm never going back there.
Not to redeem it, but like in future almost, you know, like not going back.
I'm like, oh my god, if anyone ever asks, then they're gonna have to say that it was mediocre at best. Although it's like so much easier for women to like be good at sex. To be fair, I think like that's bad experience. Like I heard a guy once say that sex is like pizza. When it's good, it's really good, but when it's bad, it's still good. And I'm like, that's only for men.
Yeah, that is very true. See, I think the thing with like, well, now we're just getting off on a tangent.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I don't know.
Something that I am like really hating about my Venus and Libra, or Mars and Libra is like is, you know, when people like whenever the assumptions tag was big and people did it and they were in a relationship, one of the assumptions was always like, you and so never fight, and the answer was always like, that's so not true. We fight all the time. If you're not fighting, you're not healthy. And I'm like, never had a healthy relationship then because I don't know how to fight. And it's so true. If you don't know how to fight, then you're not going to be able to be in like a healthy relationship.
True. Yeah, because you don't know how to stand up for your thing.
Or if you can't even just like express like something that's bothering you.
Yeah, you don't even know how to.
Then if you can't just like bring conflict into light, which Mars and Libra cannot do.
Yeah.
you're a failure in terms of a person, not even just like in it's
I don't
just
know if I'd say you're a failure of a person.
it's a drag me, I can say it.
I know, but I would not go as far as say that to almost anybody.
That's
I don't
true.
know. I think my Capricorn is like, don't call anyone a failure. It hurts. It hurts.
In our drunk roast part 1, someone like really called you out on something that you said about that. Someone was like, I know that this is, or I don't even think
Oh,
they
the
said,
Virgo thing?
No, the Aries, an Aries thing.
Oh, okay. I was like,
it was
I
like-
responded to that one because that I.
No, someone was, and it's the most lighthearted video. Not on-
Yeah.
maybe on our channel.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
And someone's like, I would never call someone a waste of a placement. That is just
Oh,
too
yeah.
far.
And I was like, that's what's gonna upset you.
Because you were like, anytime that I see a placement in Aries, I'm like, a waste of a placement.
And I like Aries energy, but it's just like not fun to talk about because to the person, because you're just like, you know, it's not as fun to give a reading about. It's not as complex. You can't really tell deep into the person.
Let's see if you have any plans. I think you have Saturn in Aries, so we can just like real quick give you a drag. You have Saturn in Aries. What a waste of a placement.
No,
It's actually really fun to talk about, only because that's the only Aries energy we have. So we're like,
I'm a South Node in Aries as well.
oh yeah, that's true.
Flashes to me as a kid. No.
Oh yeah. I went like, oh yeah, as if I was there, like Las Vegas 2004.
But your Saturn is retrograde in Aries in the 8th house, and we're going to talk about 8th house Saturn actually just later because it's a placement that I've been thinking about a lot because it sucks so much. This placement, I'm going to actually drag that. This is like in the shortest, like just desensitized, like this is just going to be like somebody who's just like down in the fucking dumps all the time and like a very like as Saturn 5th is kind of a stick in the mud, Saturn in the 8th is going to be a stick in the mud. Not because they don't want to do fun things, but because they're just always going to have like that extreme melancholia just from the point of being like so quiet and desperate for so much control that like you're not going to want to do anything out of constant fear. Yeah.
Or just like nothing is worth it.
Yeah, that too. Like, and also like, is it worth the anxiety of it? Is it worth the loss of control of it? Is it worth the possibility of something going wrong? No, a Saturn in the 8th house will say. But also, your Saturn is in Aries, so you probably do those things at first and then quickly get burned.
Man, and I think that is the end of our time.
It is. Melancholy of existence, relatable. Yeah. Any displacement is.
What did I call it in the video? Like the unbearingness of being alive.
Something like that.
Wow, that sounded really the unbearingness.
I don't know. Well, unbearingness isn't a word, so it definitely did sound pretentious. You just sounded.
It sounds like fake, like Mercury and Aquarius.
Yeah. Yes. Totally.
The unbearingness of being alive.
Like a Mercury in the 8th house or something.
Does the next person that we have to drag have a Mercury and Aquarius? Because I'm so in the mood.
I don't know. Well, let's fingers cross it.
Yes. Speaking of which, we'll be back at 4 p.m. Pacific time to drag Ashley.
Oh, is it not PST? Is it now PT? Is that what it was? Remember?
PDT. Because it's daylight savings.
So now,
time.
what is it? PDT?
After daylight savings, spring forward, and before daylight savings fall back, it's PDT.
But okay, all I know
in the summer.
What is it right now?
It's PDT.
Okay, I did it wrong on our story. I forgot that was the thing again.
Whatever. You're a failure of a person. And a waste of a place.
That's fine. Oh my god.
Okay, we've rambled on long enough about nothing, so thank you so much.
We're gonna film our 8th house video finally.
For a completely different change of pace. This is gonna be really weird. We're all like, and now we're gonna have to be like, and then we're gonna have to be like, again.
I know, it is. That is weird. I'm ready to get this video over, though. I'm ready to fucking film.
I'm ready to get out of this 8th house.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I look like a little kid, look.
Yeah, you look like a little boy on an ad, a 50s ad for like bread.
Wonder Bread. I feel like it's only when I look down that like this.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show.